I'm just watching a video, live cam. Where the location is, I'm not sure. But I thought it'd be a pretty good scenery. My part, growing up as a Jehovah Witness, we had 3 meetings a week. We had a lot of studying, preparing our watchtowers, our book study, our Thursday night. The thing I remembering the most, there was so much literature that we was going through. And this past year, I realized that all the studying that we did through the magazines and all of that, we learned nothing. Exactly that's what I said. We learned nothing. When I put all the magazines, the Watchtowers and Wakes aside, like someone on YouTube suggested, and just use the Bible, I was amazed. Amazed of finding out things that was in the Bible that we never even taught. I never even knew they was in there. Like Leviathan, that name is in different parts of the Bible. Apparently it was a sea creature. It's mentioned in Job and different parts of the Bible. I learned about the rebuild of the third temple of the Jews. When I was growing up, they taught us that the Jews was no longer God's chosen people, only Jehovah Witnesses. And it speaks about when the temple was built later on, there could be like a small river coming from Jerusalem near the temple, heading east, and the river gets wider and wider, and it has fruit trees on both sides, yielding fruit year-round. And that's talking about the future. And I did research in the first temple. That never been mentioned. The second temple, never been mentioned. In Zephaniah, it mentioned about the Mountain Olives split east and west. The mountain moved from north to south, which I think that will have to be done before that river can head out to the direction it was supposed to go. I learned a lot of stuff in the Bible that we never teach. And I was just wondering, the reason why we wasn't taught none of these things, and a lot more stuff that isn't in the Bible, was it because they was keeping us to knowing the real truth? That Jehovah Witnesses don't have the truth? Or they was just keeping us in the dark so we wouldn't know the true light. Just only know their light. Well, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, listen to this. I did all my research. Looking up Charles T. Russell, Judge Rutherford, all these presidents. And found out who they were, what type of men they were. And all you're doing is taking the word of someone else and not you doing no research for yourself. If Jehovah's Witnesses was the truth, I wouldn't have been able to find any lies, any deceits. And the sad part about it, when I looked up all the information that y'all claim that ex-Jehovah's Witnesses have, they twisting things around to pull the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Christians, out of the truth. Well, here's the funny part. All of the literature that I found, it was made by the governing body and the presidents from Charles T. Russell all the way up to our day. If you're afraid to find out the real truth, then you have no hope. You're going to be like the blind man leading a blind man right down to destruction. I made myself better. It's two sides of a coin. And you can spin it. You can hope it lands on the side for the Jehovah's Witnesses and not on the other side of the real truth. But for one time, take a chance. I did. And I'm glad I did. Otherwise, I'll be back at the meetings. Reading my literature. Going door to door. The only reason I'm not doing that now, because I don't want to be knocking on someone's door and knowing everything that I found, I learned, is a lie. So I can't go teach a lie to a person, to bring them in the flock, the art, or part of the congregation. Because that person's blood would be on my hands. And my hands is clean, because I won't be no part of Jehovah's Witnesses. I live in Florida. I used to went to Fulton congregation. I went to Leesburg. But since I live in Leesburg now, I was going to their meetings till the light opened up my eyes and made me see the real truth. The Jehovah Witnesses is a cult. The government body is liars, dishonest. All they care is about making money, getting rich. And we, witnesses, were suckered into a book-making company. That's what I said, a book-making company. They was using us to sell their books, their lies, their deceits, to bring in more people and just keep that circle going and going till one day when Jesus does come back, guess what? Remember the Titanic? It's on the bottom of the ocean. And guess what? Jehovah Witnesses is going to be down the bottom. If you don't wake up, that's what's going to happen. I did. And I'm proud to be out of it. And I'm glad I'm out of it. Thank you very much. I hope this opened your eyes up.